What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm out with Captain Priscilla, and we're out on the Potomac River. Where are we going, Captain?
I have no earthly idea. Straight.
So the water temperature today is looking like 58.2. For most of the other places I've been fishing the past week, it's been in the 60s. So we had a little bit of rain yesterday, a ton of ridiculous wind too, and I think that cooled the water off a little bit. We're gonna be hopefully finding some fish shallow. I don't think that the fish that have been shallow will have moved very far. So we're gonna jump around, try to fish some creeks and just like little guts here on the Occoquan. I've got Priscilla rigged up with a chatterbait. I'm gonna throw a crankbait and a spinnerbait around a little bit, just try to cover water and move fast. Hopefully find some big fish. Every time I take Priscilla out fishing, she always catches a giant. Last time she called her shot, she said, I'm gonna catch a 5.2, and then goes and catches a 5.21. What's your prediction for today?
I think look at like 6.3 pounds.
6.3?
Yeah.
Well, the other day, Enzo caught a 6.2, so that would be sweet if you could beat him, and that would be your new personal best too. So 6.3 is the goal. That's a pretty big goal, but it's definitely possible to happen out here. We're gonna get over to the first spot and try to make something happen. All right, you guys, before we get fishing today, I want to thank Fishbrain for sponsoring this video. So Fishbrain is an awesome app which you can download on your phone. If you click the link down in the description below, you can actually get 30% off on your first quarterly subscription. You can also use the app for free. You're just going to be able to unlock a couple other features on there if you go ahead and purchase the Pro subscription. So something that I like to use Fishbrain for is if I have a new lake or a new river or a new area that I'm going to be fishing, I like to hop on Fishbrain and check the area out and see what other anglers have been catching fish on there, what kind of fish they're catching there, the size, the baits they're catching them on, all that good stuff. It's perfect for planning out your trip. So again, if you're going somewhere that you've never been, it's a great place to start looking and planning out your day. So beyond just planning a new trip that you're going to be going on, it's also great for keeping count of all your catches, and just as a fish log, you can keep all your catches private as well if you don't want to share that information with anybody. So a huge thanks to Fishbrain for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys click the link down in the description below. Save yourself 30% on the quarterly subscription. Let's go catch some fish. Look at all them seagulls. All right, we got Priscilla set up with a chatterbait. I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait. We're gonna cover some waters. Super dirty. First cast. Oh, perfect. It's fine. You get used to it. Huh? Yeah. Perfect. Bingo. She's got it dialed. All right. Priscilla's got a chatterbait. I'm throwing a spinnerbait, white chartreuse. This is a dirty river or dirty water special. It's got like this crazy fluorescent blade on the top with a gold glowy blade behind it. We gonna get some fish. We gonna get some fish.
Walk me through your educated guesses on what we've done so far.
Well, the first spot we fished, what we're basically doing is we're looking for fish that are shallow. Like most of the fish right now should be shallow, even though it's a little bit colder of a water temperature than I thought. What we've been doing is fishing a lot of moving baits, just trying to cover water. Like normally I'll fish like a spot a little bit slower, especially like the reservoir or something, because you can fish plastics a little bit deeper and in areas that have a lot more trees and stuff like that. Right now we're just trying to locate like a bite. We're just trying to get one single bite so we can try to duplicate it. Also on the river, when you find one fish, usually you're gonna find a lot more.
What is the exact opposite of what you do right now?
The exact opposite of what I would do right now? Go fish like 30 feet of water. Be at home on the couch. All right. We good? Okay. Let's do it. It's time to catch. You going with the wacky or you going with something else? Wacky. So we came up into the back of the creek that we've been fishing.
Creek.
Creek? You prefer creek or creek?
Creek.
Crick it is. I set Priscilla up with a wacky rig lunker log. I am dragging a Texas rig track and crawl around right now. You're aiming for the moon with that one, huh?
Yep. That's where all the big ones are.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're gonna get back and fish some of these docks, a little bit of this shallow rock. There's a blue heron right there.
Whoa, look so much bigger.
Oh!
Dude,
Go back in.
did you hear me? I
Yeah.
cast it and I was like, this is it.
Nice. All right, Priscilla just had one on the wacky rig. It popped off.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed. I'm gonna throw a Ned rig. Oh, oh, oh.
Let's get it.
Oh, it's a decent fish right there.
That was cool for my fish.
No, there's more. This one looks all funky.
Oh, he spotted or something. Moly.
There he is. No, his back. Yeah, look at his backside. Isn't he weird looking? Look at his tail. He's like deformed.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that weird? Look at this side. It looks even weirder.
But look, are those speckles normal?
Where?
Like the black ones?
Yeah. There we go. First fish of the day. Little deformed buddy. But we'll take him. Ned rig. I followed Priscilla's lead with the finesse fishing. 4th or 5th cast. Just a little bit of green pumpkin, red flake, and black. Did the job. We only have an hour left because we're both starving. We need to catch a 6.3 pounder in 1 hour. Can't be too hard. What are you... Oh my god!
What? What?
There was a fish sitting right. You see all this cloudage here?
Yeah.
That was from a. I couldn't tell if it was a big snakehead or a bass, but something. Yeah, look, all the way through. I don't know where that dude went, but that was a big fish. All right, we gotta go on the other side. I'll go right. You go left. Oh, it's a big fish.
Ooh.
That was a big fish. Dang it! That was the 6'3". That was him.
Why did that fall back?
Because this hook is bent. Well, that sucks. All right, I just missed a freaking giant on the Ned here out in front of this dock. I actually traded the hook that I'm using out. I was actually using the original Ned head from Z-Man. Those hooks are super, super, super light wire. Switched to a heavy metal tungsten mushroom head instead. This is from Ketchco.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. No, it's a bass. There we go. You get out of there. Get out of that trolling motor. Oh, he's solid. Yes, sir. 2 pounds. Probably about 2 pounds. You gonna hold him?
No.
You want a picture?
I only want to catch my own fish.
I like it. I like your style. All right, into that dock. Ned rig, not too bad. Pretty fish, solid, healthy fish.
Yeah, very pretty color.
It's like 2 1/4, 2.5 pounds.
Matches me.
I'm gonna let him go. Maybe we'll get on a last minute bite. See you later, buddy. I needed that. Oh, fucking stuck. Oh, that was so cool. That was so insane. Did you see that?
No.
I was stuck and I popped it off. He came up and just smoked it. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
No problem. That was freaking sweet. Wow. Ah. Little square bill paid off. Awesome. That's another solid fish. Potomac River. Sweet. What do you think?
Cutie.
You like him?
I like him.
That was so cool.
Give him a
That was such a sick bite. Amazing. All right, buddy. We'll see you later. I missed it off of that pole. Get him. You know what? I think that's a bed.
Where?
Do you see on the graph?
Yeah.
See that big circle?
But where?
So it would be the 1, 2, 3. Wait. I think that's the 4th piling, which is right where I threw, like the first one back in the cut. That is sick. That is literally exactly what that was, and I think I threw that bait right on its bed. So the chances are that fish is still on there.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
So first one is set back, 2 out front, and then the 4th one is in the back. Perfect. Oh, fish, got it, got it. No way. That was freaking cool.
That's cool.
Get him in.
That's the 0.3 pounds I needed to get a start. Little guy, my 0.3 for my 6.3.
Awesome. Gonna let him roll?
Yeah. Bye, buddy.
Okay. I missed a really big fish off of this dock. Then we came back down, we're about to leave, and I'm looking at the graph, and I think I see a huge bed on the graph, and I told her just to cast like right in next to this piling. I kind of counted the pilings where I saw the bed, and that's exactly where that fish ate. That was definitely not the fish that I had hooked, but now that we, I think, possibly moved the male off the bed, there might be a possibility that she can catch the female. So we're gonna roll back over there to try. All right, let's go. Fishing was actually really tough. Priscilla did catch a fish, which I'm stoked on. Almost caught her 6.3 pounder.
Just off by about 6.
Just off by about 6. Well, I'm gonna put these rods away, and then we're gonna go grab some food and head home, but I'll see you guys when I get back to my house. Gotta show you a couple things. Some things that I've been fishing with. Actually, it's a couple different rods, and tell you a little bit about them. I've got some custom rods for my buddy that I haven't really showed off yet, and I need to do that. All right, well, got home after a tough day on the river, but at least we were able to catch some fish. It's always a good time getting out with the girlfriend as well. So the rods that I wanted to show you, I'm gonna overlay some B-roll of these things. They're really, really sick. And huge shout out to Paul Valentine of Harbinger Rods for hooking me up. So a couple months ago, he reached out and said, hey, I have a surprise for you. If you come down this way, make sure you swing by my place. I have to give you something. So when I was coming back up from Florida, I stopped and fished with my buddy Sam, and Paul lives pretty close by, so I made a little pit stop, and he surprised me with 3 custom Harbinger rods. So first up, we have the spinning rod, and that is a 7-foot medium heavy-ish. It handles a quarter up to an ounce, which for a spinning rod is actually pretty heavy. I usually stay on the lighter side, but I will definitely find a place for that somewhere. Also, it could be really beneficial to throw that in any sort of saltwater situation I may find myself in. I don't have a saltwater setup, and that may be the perfect rod to do so. Besides the spinning rod, I also got a 7-foot medium heavy and a 7.3 medium heavy. The 7-foot medium heavy is perfect for Texas rigs, jigs, spinnerbaits. I mean, it's like a great all-around rod. And last but not least, the 7.3 medium heavy fast action, and that one is my favorite of the 3. And the interesting thing about that rod specifically is that the guides are spiral wrapped. So as you guys know, most casting rods have the guides directly down the top of the blank and the reels on the top. This one is wrapped around to the bottom of the blank, and the benefits from that are it eliminates side-to-side torque when you're fighting big fish. So I'm stoked to have these. I've been throwing the 7.3 medium heavy and the 7-foot around quite a bit. They're awesome rods. They're on MHX blanks. The attention to detail is just very, very clear. I'm going to leave a link for Harbinger rods down below. Huge thanks to Paul again for hooking me up with these rods. They're awesome. They're going to stay on the deck of my boat for quite some time. I really appreciate you making those for me, and I look forward to catching some big fish on them. So to finish up the day of fishing on the Potomac, again, it was tough, but glad we got on some. The Ned rig and the Wacky rig happened to do the job. The one crankbait fish was really sick too. So I casted that square bill onto the shallow, like, shoal area, got it stuck in a rock, trolled up to it, and I was just trying to rip it out of the rock, and it did rip out of the rock, and I didn't notice there must have been a fish 5 or 6 feet to the left of it, and as soon as it ripped free and kind of had that hang time pause right after I pulled it out, fish came up and smoked it. One of the coolest heats I've had in a really long time. But that's where we're going to finish this one off. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you click that subscribe button for me. Huge thanks to Fishbrain again for sponsoring this video. Make sure you don't forget to click that link down below. See you guys on the next one.